fence or waffles after several electrical burglaries the last 2 months.
Is applied.
Some of the on a
higher salary.
That could be beneficial for them expanding the
To see a half gram of cocaine, 4 Adderall pills, and $780 seized. A total of 76 vehicles were stopped.
So that
They
we
brought
might
in
have
a
relations.
You tell we were trying to keep the drugs
But
from
our
coming back
words
home, but we were constantly working to
To remember
inflation
The telescoping 4-track window system allows you to convert your existing screen porch into a 3-season room and enjoy the outdoors regardless of the wind, rain, or even the sun. Or Doors & More can install your new sunroom on your existing porch, deck, or from the ground up. Call us for a free no-obligation quote at 22 Doors or come see our beautiful showroom on South 36th Street. Doors & More. What's the more? Windows!
Imagine your world without glasses or contacts. Discover what LASIK can do for you. Call IEC for your free LASIK consultation. LASIK, your vision is our focus. International Eye Care Center.
L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore. And love was made for me and you.
Why don't others offer zero-turn riders with steering wheel control and four-wheel steering? Who else puts electronic power steering in lawn and garden tractors? How many others deliver the beautiful Cub Cadet signature cut? Prove to yourself what makes Cub Cadet the smartest choice. Take a test drive at your local dealer. There's no better time to get a Cub Cadet with smart financing options and incredible deals. Visit your local dealer today to see what makes Cub Cadet the smartest choice.
So what is the more in Doors & More?
Sunrooms! Stop the mosquitoes and their winged and crawling friends with your SunSpace 3-season sunroom from Doors & More. The telescoping 4-track window system allows you to convert your existing screen porch into a 3-season room and enjoy the outdoors regardless of the wind, rain, or even the sun. Or Doors & More can install your new sunroom on your existing porch, deck, or from the ground up. Call us for a free no-obligation quote at 22 Doors or come see our beautiful showroom on South 36th Street. Doors & More. What's the more? Windows!
Imagine your world without glasses or contacts. Discover what LASIK can do for you. Call IEC for your free LASIK consultation. LASIK, your vision is our focus. International Eye Care Center.
L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore. And love was made for me and you.
Why don't others offer zero-turn riders with steering wheel control and four-wheel steering? Who else puts electronic power steering in lawn and garden tractors? How many others deliver the beautiful Cub Cadet signature cut? Prove to yourself what makes Cub Cadet the smartest choice. Take a test drive at your local dealer. There's no better time to get a Cub Cadet with smart financing options and incredible deals. Visit your local dealer today to see what makes Cub Cadet the smartest choice.
So what is the more in Doors & More?
Sunrooms! Stop the mosquitoes and their winged and crawling friends with your SunSpace 3-season sunroom from Doors & More. The telescoping 4-track window system allows you to convert your existing screen porch into a 3-season room and enjoy the outdoors regardless of the wind, rain, or even the sun. Or Doors & More can install your new sunroom on your existing porch, deck, or from the ground up. Call us for a free no-obligation quote at 22 Doors or come see our beautiful showroom on South 36th Street. Doors & More. What's the more? Windows!
Imagine your world without glasses or contacts. Discover what LASIK can do for you. Call IEC for your free LASIK consultation. LASIK, your vision is our focus. International Eye Care Center.
L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore. And love was made for me and you.
Why don't others offer zero-turn riders with steering wheel control and four-wheel steering? Who else puts electronic power steering in lawn and garden tractors? How many others deliver the beautiful Cub Cadet signature cut? Prove to yourself what makes Cub Cadet the smartest choice. Take a test drive at your local dealer. There's no better time to get a Cub Cadet with smart financing options and incredible deals. Visit your local dealer today to see what makes Cub Cadet the smartest choice.
So what is the more in Doors and More?
Sunrooms! Stop the mosquitoes and their winged and crawling friends with your Sunspace 3-season sunroom from Doors & More. The telescoping 4-track window system allows you to convert your existing screen porch into a 3-season room and enjoy the outdoors regardless of the wind, rain, or even the sun. Or Doors & More can install your new sunroom on your existing porch, deck, or from the ground up. Call us for a free no-obligation quote at 22 Doors or come see our beautiful showroom on South 36th Street. Doors & More. What's the more? Windows!
Imagine your world without glasses or contacts. Discover what LASIK can do for you. Call IEC for your free LASIK consultation. LASIK, your vision is our focus. International Eye Care Center.
L is for the way you look at me. O is
That's gonna go that way. All right. Let's see. I think we're ready to try this, Trace. So we can see what's going on. Of course, it's all windy up here, so yeah. I'll try and hold that down there. Well, we'll do this. So. Do what? Yeah, that's what they're going to be good for. All right. Oh, a natural. You look like a pilot.
Sweet.
All right. Bob, I'm assuming you can still hear both of us at this point. So we'll give you a few innings here. As we've been going on the technical side, Tracy has been keeping track score here. It is bottom of the first, it looks like. And a 2-1 lead for the visiting Quincy Notre Dame Lady Raiders on top of Quincy High School. It is girls softball.
And also revisit the sanctions.
I'm Sean Sechrist. Bob Goff is our producer. And alongside is Tracy Orn. You may remember her better as Tracy Zuspan when she was dominating in the circle for QND. Tracy, thanks for taking some time out tonight and coming on to Quincy Journal TV with us.
Sure, absolutely. I'm excited to have my radio broadcasting debut. So thanks for having me.
Hey, it is not a problem. It is one that people have referred you for before, but another cohort of yours from Quincy Notre Dame will be taking your possible position when we do softball games.
As well she should. She told me today that I needed to ask for the Lori Vogel treatment, so that's what I'm expecting.
With a 2-1 lead, I don't know what that would be. I think I treat all my color partners fairly well. Lady Raiders are able to come short to home and cut down a bases-loaded situation for the Blue Devils. It remains 2-1. We're in the bottom of the first. We're at Quincy High School at the Blue Devils' backyard. Last night, these two teams played at 10th and Jackson. This is a makeup of a rainout from earlier in the year, bringing the two crosstown rivals together for the first time this season. I'm Sean Sechrist along with Tracy Orn. The Blue Devils come into this one at 4-12, while the Lady Raiders have had considerably more success so far this season. Lady Raiders come into tonight as the line drive goes out to left and a leaping catch made by the left fielder, but it's going to be deep enough to score the sacrifice fly from third, and we're all tied at 2. Lady Raiders come into this one at 15-4 as they've had quite a bit more success. Tracy has the starting lineups for us, and we'll run those down as we get through this first inning. 2-2, bottom of the first, 2 on, 2 out, runners at first and second for the Blue Devils as they want to bring up a young lady not originally listed as report number 18, Hannah Reller. Reller, 16.
Alexis Borderwick.
Okay, I see what they've done here. Coach has given them their 1 through 9 orders on the left, their positions on the right, and then hidden their jersey numbers behind the actual name on the lineup. That'll bring us through the bottom of the first. We're 2-2 after one inning of play here at Quincy High. We'll have the top of the second coming up next as the Raiders try to go back on top. You're watching Quincy Notre Dame and the Quincy Blue Devils at Quincy Journal TV.
Why don't others offer zero-turn riders with steering wheel control and four-wheel steering? Who else puts electronic power steering and lawn and
We're going to start off with Kendrick and Ibaka.
Deliver the beautiful Cub Cadet signature car.
So we're in.
Take a test drive at your local dealer. There's no better time to get a Cub Cadet with smart financing options and incredible deals. Visit your local dealer today to see what makes Cub Cadet the smartest choice.
All block. Later.
Waylon is out.
He already did that?
Yeah.
Okay.
We had some control issues.
25. It's the top of the second on Quincy Journal TV. Devils and the Raiders all tied at 2. It is an evening softball game in the middle of the week, a rain-out makeup. And the Raiders are at the plate looking to unknot this 2-2 score. I'm Sean Seacrease along with Tracy Orn. Bob Goff producing way down the third base line. If you hit it from where we are to where he is, it would be a solo home run. Throw in the dirt from short, get it away from first, and it'll be an error, a throwing error on the shortstop for the Blue Devils. That's Hannah Reller. Reller just looked like she got that ball choked back, Tracy, and she threw it into the dirt at first.
Absolutely. She just tried to rush it after that and tried to do the best that she could. Sandra Boxer on first base. Looking at Emily Kite at the plate.
Kite, the first baseman for the Raiders. She comes to the dish. She'll hit from the right side. She stands in against the righty for the Blue Devils. Line drive out of the short center field. That'll skip and go all the way to the wall in left center. Ginnebacher around from first. She is going to score all the way from first, and QND is back on top 3-2 on the RBI. We'll call it a double for Kite. Kite takes it all the way to the wall in left center, and I don't know if it's a case of long grass in the outfield or maybe still a little bit damp, but that ball really just skidded right off that grass and shot all the way to the wall. No chance at all for the center fielder Todd to run it down. Now a run attempt laid down, and that'll roll foul.
Working on trying to advance the runner there. Jamie's really good at getting the ball down. We've got Jamie Earhart up to the plate.
Earhart at the dish in the number 9 slot in the order. Earhart hitting .281 this season for the Lady Raiders, who come into tonight 15-4. She takes the second and runs in for a ball outside. It's 1-1. 3-2, Lady Raiders on top. A throwing error on Reller and an RBI double to the left center field gap by Kite. How the Raiders have scored this inning. And it's low and away. 2-1 now for Earhart. Wenzing is on deck. Wenzing threw a complete game last night, and that was impressive because that game went extras. 9 innings in a victory for the Raiders.
That's pretty impressive for a freshman pitcher to go against QHS and have a complete game, and she's back on the mound tonight.
High and away. That'll make it 3-1 now to the hitter Earhart. Wenzing on deck. Not only back to the top of the order with Kristen Ginnebacher. Drop bunt right back to the hurler and a low throw to first.
Explain the disorder that had so disrupted her childhood.
Yeah, they're able to pick it up.
Studying the behavior of mice, carrying the genes.
That time by Schlegel. There's again a low throw to first and a big scoop by Dante. That's the first out of the inning. And Kite, the runner, moves to third on the sack. That goes 1-3. That'll bring up Wenzing.
Actually, we've got Kristen up. Wenzing's in the flex position, so Kristen Ginnebacher's up right now.
By unfamiliarity, official scoring for softball. They list that pitcher in the flex spot, almost like a DH, so to speak. And they'll bring it back around to the top of the order for Kristen Gittenbacher. Gittenbacher, she's the catcher. And at the top of the order, how did she play into that round in the first?
Kristen?
Yes.
She was the first out of the inning, so she grounded out. She did not play in any of the scoring opportunities last inning.
That's going to be a walk to Gittenbacher. And she'll be on at first, making it runners at first and third. One out here in the top of the second.
We've got Aubrey Venverlo up now. She nailed one solo home run in the first.
Venverlo, left fielder.
Got a throw back to third. Trying to keep Kite on third base. It got past him a little bit, but didn't get a chance to score there.
Doing a little lineup start homework here after the late start to the proceedings, after some technical difficulties here in the booth. The left-hander, Venverlo, he's looking at it from the right-hander, the young pitcher, Christine Schlegel. Schlegel
Another
leaves
good
this
hit.
one just too far over the plate. It's driven out to right center field. That's going to be in the gap, and it'll clear the bases. Around to score is Kite, and Earhart, or rather Kristen Gittenbacher, will come around from first. She'll score, and it's a 5-2 lead for Notre Dame, still with just one out here in the second. That's a 2 RBI double to the wall for Venverlo. And it's the James jumping out early when Schlegel has caught too much of the plate.
In these games, always QHS, QND. You can never have enough runs because you never know what's going to happen. It's going to go back and forth probably 3 or 4 times by the end of the game tonight. Kite
doing her job after doubling to the wall in left. She scores and is part of a 3-run inning so far here for Notre Dame. Pollock in from the right side, looking to add on to a 5-2 lead here in the second. Pollock's a 5'7" sophomore. Throws right past her, chokes it up just a bit. Really looking to guard half of the plate. Schlegel here in the early going.
She's a tough one. She actually had the game-winning hit last night, so she always gets good at-bats.
Hitting .458 on the season. She pops it up. That's going to be into short left field. Long run. Left fielder comes over and makes the catch as Alexis Borderwick. Right by the line. That could have been trouble if it dropped because would have been a last-second call for fair or foul. That'll leave the runner at second. Venverlo after the 1-out, 2 RBI double. And it brings up the cleanup hitter, Cassidy Gittenbacher. Gittenbacher crowds the plate from the right side. The multi-sport star waits, and the first delivery from Schlegel is low. 1-0 to Gittenbacher.
Last inning, Cass had a double. Really got that rally going for Quincy Notre Dame.
11 RBIs, a home run. It's been a very productive season so far for Gittenbacher here in the heart of the order to go with that .304 average. The right-hander Schlegel settles in, and this one's high and away as she works with her battery mate Erica Mitchell. Mitchell gets the signs from the dugout. Schlegel ready, and this fastball is whacked out into center field. It's going to short hop the wall in dead center. Around to score comes Venverlo, and it's another big 2-out hit for the Raiders as they pick up the RBI double from Cassidy Gittenbacher. Well, QND just so patient at the plate, Tracy. They don't seem to mind working a few pitches early in the at-bat and then jumping on something later in the count.
Yeah, absolutely. That's patience, and that's what you need to have in softball. I know in some previous games, Coach Orn wished they had a few more of those patient skills, especially against the rise ball, but tonight they're doing pretty well.
That'll bring in Allison Taffy. Taffy, right-handed presence.
Tappy's again a great hitter. Had a home run last night in the game at 10th and Jackson.
And that's not unusual for Tappy. Her first home run of the year, but she's displayed quite a bit of power. I mean, you look at the 5 doubles this season. I know she usually hits the ball with authority from what I've heard.
Absolutely. She's going to take her cut up there. And we just got a stolen base there, a delayed steal, it looked like.
Cassidy Gittenbacher on the delayed steal. Now, the rules for stealing in softball quite a bit different than baseball. Of course, you can't lead off the bag until the pitcher releases the ball. So, Tracy, is the delayed steal really the preferred mode for when you want to go?
Normally not. You don't see a whole lot of that, actually. I think Cass may have done that on her own, watching the pitcher. If they're not paying attention, you can get that big lead, and then if they're not paying attention to you, go ahead and grab that base.
Got to be attentive out there. Stole that one off the catcher. Not necessarily. Looking the runner back after the play. And Mitchell keeping a weather eye on her now at third. Cassidy Gittenbacher watches as it's high and away to Tappy. And Tappy will take the walk. That's the second walk of the inning. Kristen Gittenbacher forced the walk. They've one out after the RBI double by Kite. So the Raiders bat around here in the second, and that line drive to short will be easily picked as it's right at Reller, and that ends the inning. So Hugenberg's line drive to short wraps up a bat around for the Raiders. They'll play 4 runs in the inning and go on top of the Blue Devils 6-2.
So what is the more in Doors and More?
Sunrooms! Stop the mosquitoes and their winged and crawling friends with your SunSpace 3-season sunroom from Doors & More. The telescoping 4-track window system allows you to convert your existing screen porch into a 3-season room and enjoy the outdoors regardless of the wind, rain, or even the sun. Or Doors & More can install your new sunroom on your existing porch, deck, or from the ground up. Call us for a free no-obligation quote at 22 Doors or come see our beautiful showroom on South 36th Street. Doors & More. What's the more? Windows!
Imagine your world without glasses or contacts. Discover what LASIK can do for you. Call IEC for your free LASIK consultation. LASIK, your vision is our focus. International Eye Care Center.
Schlegel, okay, so she's a 5-hitter.
It didn't affect my sales.
God, sorry.
That's all coming up.
Bottom of the second gets underway at QHS. So, in the count, hard ground ball to third. That's going to be picked up by Pollock. Her throw over to first is in time. And Jenna Todd is retired for the Blue Devils. Devils coming to bat here. And Todd's early ground ball will bring up the number 9 hitter, Ashley Habermill.
Ashley's a slapper. You'll see that a lot towards the top of the line. Tries to drop the ball and use her speed to get to first base.
For the bombing. What that means.
She's slap bunting at the ball, so instead of taking a full cut, she'll take a half cut, or she'll square late in her stance and just try to put that ball in between the catcher and the pitcher, or down the foul line somewhere, preferably first baseline.
That's called strike 3, and first strikeout of the inning for the pitcher, Wenzing, for Notre Dame. Wenzing went the distance in 9 innings last night as the Raiders picked up an exciting come-from-ahead win. They were up by 2 going in the bottom of the 7th. Blue Devils tied it up, and finally, QND was able to pick up the victory 5-4 in the 9th inning. They led 4-2 going into the bottom of the 7th, and I know Coach Orn less than pleased that they gave that lead away.
Absolutely, yeah. It wasn't...
Ground ball to third, off the glove of the third baseman, picked up by the shortstop, and the throw is too late from Cassidy Gittenbacher. Well, she did a great job to round behind Pollock and pick up the deflection, but her throw, I thought she got her, but just too late, says the first base umpire. And the leadoff hitter, Reller, is on with an infield hit.
That was a close play. Tie, as we know, always goes to the runner, so Hannah got the benefit there.
That'll bring up the number 2 hitter, Paige Owsley. A right-hander. Digs in and waits for the pitch from Wensing. First one is inside, and now the next. One hopper right back to Wensing, and an easy throw over to first retires the side in the bottom of the second. No runs after one man was left on. Nearly a dazzling infield pickup by the shortstop Gittenbacher, but her throw just too late at first.
For the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore. And love was made for me and you.
Why don't others offer zero-turn riders with steering wheel control and four-wheel steering? Who else puts electronic power steering in lawn and garden tractors? How many others deliver the beautiful Cub Cadet signature cut? Prove to yourself what makes Cub Cadet the smartest choice. Take a test drive at your local dealer. There's no better time to get a Cub Cadet with smart financing options and incredible deals. Visit your local dealer today to see what makes Cub Cadet the smartest choice.
So what is the more in Doors and More?
Sunrooms! Stop the mosquitoes and their winged and crawling friends with your SunSpace 3-season sunroom from Doors & More. The telescoping 4-track window system allows you to convert your existing screen porch into a 3-season room and enjoy the outdoors regardless of the wind, rain, or even the sun. Or Doors & More can install your new sunroom on your existing porch, deck, or from the ground up. Call us for a free no-obligation quote at 22 Doors or come see our beautiful showroom on South 36th Street. Doors & More. What's the more? Windows!
Yeah, I can't tell.
What?
All right. That's 4 shot. All right. Top of the third from Quincy High. Sean Seacrease along with Tracy Orn. It's the Lady Raiders of QND on top of the Blue Devils, 6-2. We go to the third. After the Lady Raiders batted around in the second inning, plating 4 to break a 2-2 tie. It'll be Kendra Gittenbacher, the second baseman, to lead it off here against a new hurler for the Blue Devils. They brought Ashley Havermail out of right field and put her in the circle. Havermail's a diminutive right-hander, and she is trying to find the strike zone. That is something that Schlegel had trouble with after a couple of hard-hit balls that rang off the wall, plated 2-1-1 in the top half of the second. Schlegel then became erratic when it came to throwing strikes.
Yeah, and I think this might be a strategic move on the part of Quincy High. New pitcher Havermail doesn't throw quite as hard, so trying to change up the speed on the QND hitters.
Coach Eric Oak wants to go for a change, and right away Havermail trouble finding the strike zone against the leadoff hitter, Kendra Gittenbacher. Gittenbacher walks first, and with a 6-2 lead, you don't want your pitcher to issue any.
But first, we want to look ahead to present.
They always seem to find their way home when you have that leadoff walk, so let's see what happens here.
That'll bring in Kite. Kite, the right-hander, takes it just a little bit low. Now, as a outstanding pitcher yourself, what's the strike zone been like tonight? I mean, are we struggling to find location, or is it a tight zone? What would your estimation be so far?
I would think it's a little bit of nerves on both of the pitchers' parts. The zone seems to be pretty consistent so far. I think it's just a little bit of nerves playing crosstown rivals in early innings.
2-0, and it's on dirt to Earhart. It's 3-0, or rather Kite now. It's 3-0. Earhart is on deck. You got to be alert in the on-deck circle at these softball diamonds. You're you're in play if there's a foul ball. You're only about, 35 feet from the hitter.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to be attentive. So do the coaches, even though they're just maybe 10 feet farther out, but got to be paying attention at all times.
That's a walk to Kite. And so 8 in a row out of the strike zone from the new pitcher, Havermail. Hey, Coach Koch can't be happy with this start after he lifted Schlegel because she couldn't find the strike zone here tonight. That'll bring up Earhart. Runners on first and second. Nobody out. Top of the third. 6-2 lead for QND. And now Earhart hit on the first pitch.
That's too bad. We've had pitching changes on both sides tonight. We've had Sawyer Whalen started out for QND and had some control issues. And so Ashley Wensing came in relief. And the same is true for QHS.
That's going to bring together a mound meeting for Quincy High. I'd like to take a chance and thank Bob Goff. He is undertaking a Quincy Journal to experiment with the Quincy Journal TV side. If you're taking in the game tonight at quincyjournal.com and you have any constructive information that would help us improve our broadcast, please just leave a comment for us on the Journal page, and we'll be happy that you gave us some feedback as we test out some new systems. Now, since last week when we did the QND QHS soccer match at 10th and Jackson, we've added a new camera to our repertoire and a chance to improve our video coverage for you online at quincyjournal.com. There's the first pitch, strike to the leadoff hitter, Kristen Gittenbacher. Gittenbacher holds it down on the knob from the right side, and she lines this one over the head of the third baseman and into left. Here comes one runner. Kendra Gittenbacher scores. Kite comes to the plate. She scores as well. It's a 2 RBI single for the leadoff hitter, Kristen Gittenbacher.
That was a line drive shot by Kristen. She kind of threw patience out the window and just saw a strike that she liked and went after it.
Well, after a meeting on the mound, I was always a fan of taking a swing at the first pitch because you know that pitcher is going to come into the strike zone.
Yeah, especially when you've hit a batter and you've walked a couple, you're just wanting to find the zone. So that's definitely an opportunity for the hitter.
First one's outside to Venverlo. 1-0 now to the lefty. The left fielder waits and chops it in the dirt right back to the screen behind home plate. That'll even us up at 1-1. Venverlo comes into the action this evening, hitting .368. Boy, there are some inflated averages in this Notre Dame order. Harwood, .458. Hugenberg, .359 on the year.
If you're just doing
order that has had some thunder to it so far this season. They lead 8-2, top of the third. Quincy Notre Dame on top of the Quincy High Blue Devils. Havermail in the circle. It's chopped out to short. That'll be smothered by the shortstop, Owsley. Her throw on to first is in time. And now sleeping on the ball, loose on the infield, is the defense of QHS. One run is around and scoring from second. Uncontested is the trail runner, Kristen Gittenbacher. She came all the way around from first on what was essentially a two-hopper to the second baseman on a ball that never left the infield, but then the Blue Devils threw it around a bit.
It seems like things are coming off the rails a little bit right now, but it's still very early in the game. I'd like to comment on Kristen's slide there. Definitely more of a major league slide there. If some of the younger kids are paying attention tonight, she slid to the outside of the plate and really just kind of grazed her hand along there instead of sliding directly into the catcher who was blocking the plate.
And it looks like another pitching change for QHS. Coach Hoke not happy with Ashley Havermail, so she goes back out to right field. Havermail goes a third of an inning and has given 4 runs on a walk, a hit batter, an RBI single, and a ground out to second. So 1 out, nobody on, 4 runs already home. up 10-2, top of the third here at Quincy High. Now we'll just have to hope that after a long sit, Wenzing is hot when she returns to the circle for the Raiders. What looks like a drop ball to the outside corner. Now, you as a former pitcher are supposed to spot me on those pitches. We're about 50 feet away from home plate, and we have a lean-to in front of us that you kind of lose some of the pitching there.
You do lose the release point a little bit. That looked like another drop ball.
Ground ball out to Reller. Late throw to first, and safe is Ginnenbacher.
She got the result she wanted on that drop ball. It was hit.
Some of them would
but she made a great play.
Texas University.
And safe at first is Ginnenbacher.
And the policy differences.
The Raiders batted around in the second. This is the fourth hitter to come in this inning. Off the end, a little loop around it. Catch made by the center fielder. The Raiders, though, score 4 times on just 1 hit in the inning. Take a 10-2 lead into the bottom of the third. You're listening to QND, QHS, and watching online at QuincyJournalTV.com.
No obligation quote at 22 Doors, or come see our beautiful showroom on South 36th Street. Doors and more. What's the more? Windows!
Imagine your world without glasses or contacts. Discover what LASIK can do for you. Call IEC for your free LASIK consultation. LASIK, your vision is our focus. International Eye Care Center.
L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore. And love was made for me and you.
Triple is Damon. Well, that's the way to get your team.
I know that
Damon is at third with nobody out in the inning.
I think we had a substitution that I missed, Sean. Gilbert now is in right field. She made a good dive for that, but just got past her glove.
Damon hitting .318 coming into the night. Now, ball up the field. It's going to see Gaucho.
On the cover of Lordy.
QHS is just hitting them where the Raider defense ain't.
Yeah, you never know with these games. You think a 10-2 lead is something that you can feel pretty safe with, but that's never the case with QND QHS.
Wenzing lays it in there. Here's a high drive out to left, going back toward the wall, reaching up, and it one-hops the wall on the shot by the pitcher Schiegel, who started tonight. She's since been lifted from the circle, but remains in the lineup. She's part of the transition that went temporarily out to right and then moved her defensively around the infield as well. Now Coach Orrin wants a timeout to talk it over on the mound with his infielders and his young pitcher Wenzing. Wenzing talked about it, had a long layoff in the top of the third while Notre Dame was hammering 3 different pitchers in the inning for the Blue Devils. And now she has to find her rhythm again.
I think she'll find it as a freshman. She was off there for several minutes. She did pitch in the JV game, so working on some of those pitches, I'm sure that Laura Vogel, who's calling the pitches tonight, will have some advice for her when she gets back into the dugout.
I caught a bit of a laugh at the end of that sentence.
Advice, I think. It'll be soft-spoken, I'm sure.
High fly ball out to right, little can of corn, odd angle taken into the last second, a stretch. And the Raiders able to pull that down into the corner. The sun is setting over the right field wall, so when you have to turn around and look out that way, you're actually looking into the sun. But it's a shade field from the right field foul pole all the way around to left field. Just the first base side of the infield is the only thing left in a bit of sun here this evening. So now 1 out in the inning and runners at the corner. Fly out by Mitchell. That brings up Borderwick. Gouchall able to go to third on the sac fly. So a productive out for Mitchell. That's the way to help out a teammate. Borderwick with runners at the corners pops this one into left field. Good jump on it. And going back to make the catch for the Raiders is Aubrey Benverlow. Benverlow makes the catch. The throw home is too late. That was pretty deep and into the gap. Good try by Benverlow to come home. But the RBI for Borderwick on the sac fly as Gouchall comes home. And it's now a 10-4 lead for Notre Dame. But Wenzing seems to be settling down now with 2 outs in the inning. And just Schlegel on first. Todd coming up.
She got ahead in that count. Her fastballs look a little bit elevated. She needs to try to keep that ball down and change speeds.
Todd, the center fielder, she made the great running catch to end the threat in the top of the third for the Blue Devils. As she stymied any more runs coming home for Notre Dame. She's late on a fastball outside. Fake throw down to first. Gittenbacher likes to make her presence felt in the throwing game, I've been told.
She's not shy back there. I think she wants to be Yadier Molina some days. She's picked off a few in her day, so we like that. We like aggressive play.
10-4, swing and a miss, and down on strikes goes Todd to end the inning. Runs in the inning, back-to-back hits for the Blue Devils. They cut the Raider lead to 10-4. We go to the top of the fourth next. You're watching QND QHS at QuincyJournalTV.com.
Why don't others offer zero-turn riders with steering wheel control and four-wheel steering? Who else puts electronic power steering in lawn and garden tractors? How many others deliver the beautiful Cub Cadet signature cut? Prove to yourself what makes Cub Cadet the smartest choice. Take a test drive at your local dealer. There's no better time to get a Cub Cadet with smart financing options and incredible deals. Visit your local dealer today to see what makes Cub Cadet the smartest choice.
So what is the more in Doors and More?
Sunrooms! Stop the mosquitoes and their winged and crawling friends with your SunSpace 3-season sunroom from Doors & More. The telescoping 4-track window system allows you to convert your existing screen porch into a 3-season room and enjoy the outdoors regardless of the wind, rain, or even the sun. Or Doors & More can install your new sunroom on your existing porch, deck, or from the ground up. Call us for a free no-obligation quote at 22 Doors or come see our beautiful showroom on South 36th Street. Doors & More. What's the more? Windows!
Top of the fourth now at Quincy High. Sean Secrease and Tracy Orn. We had a long list of volunteers to staff this game as my color partner, Tracy. Congratulations on winning that lottery. Ground ball out to Hannah Reller at short, and Katie Ann Ober is down. In her first at-bat, she took the place of Mary Beth Hugenberg.
You're quite welcome, Sean. I'm happy to be here.
And that is the first out of the inning. On the ground ball to Reller. Reller has a reputation for being a good athlete, but she just kind of came around on a hard ground ball in the last inning and didn't pick it cleanly, and then choked off a throw early in the game. And just one of those occasions where you might not get settled in early.
Yeah, she had an outstanding game last night, however. She made some really outstanding plays that kept the game tied.
Pop up down the foul line on the first base side. It'll hit the top of the dugout for the Blue Devils, and bounce out of play. It's 0-2 now on Kendra Gittenbacher. Gittenbacher has reached on an error and scored in the second, then walked and scored in the third. This pop-up is out short, and Reller goes back on it, finds it in the sun, and makes the catch, going back into left center field. Nice pickup and catch by Reller.
Reller actually just signed with John Wood Community College to play basketball, and from the looks of it, I wouldn't doubt if Coach Schlager took a look at her to play softball as well.
So 2 out and nobody on. That brings up Kite. Kite had an RBI double in the second and then walked and scored in the third. So the bottom of the order has been doing damage. Gittenbacher, Kite, and Earhart have each come to the plate twice in the second and third, and 5 out of 6 times they've scored.
Yeah, they're really on the ball tonight in terms of hitting. That last pitch there, Emily took a good cut but pulled her head out. That's something I know a lot about in terms of being up at the plate, so I can empathize with Kite tonight.
2-1. Kite looks at another. That's going to miss the zone. 3-1 now. Nobody on, 2 out in what has been an orderly and tidy top half of the fourth. First time we've been able to say that tonight with the Raiders at the dish. Changeup is in for a strike at the top of the zone. That'll run the count full at 3-2 to Kite. And Gabby LeBray has looked pretty good since being subbed into the circle in the top of the third.
Yeah, I think it's a walk.
The option. He is a junior. Just with that delivery. And Kite reaches second inning in a row. 2 out. By the receiver, Mitchell. Lazy, maybe back on that. Did LeBray, and it'll make it 2-0 to Earhart.
Have to take them.
Jamie had some key hits last night in the game and is a golfer as well, so she probably has to change her swing a little bit from sport to sport, but she's a great kid and a hard-nosed player.
Fastball for a strike on the outside corner, 2-1. Refining a jump shot and learning to carry a football or take a baseball swing, not going to interfere with each other, but a golf swing and a softball swing, I think they might. Slow roller out to short. Reller has to round it, comes in on it, throw to first. He's late. And an infield single for Earhart. She is aboard again. Over to second base goes Kite. And so it's Kite at second. Earhart at first. 2 outs, top of the fourth. Then Kristen Gittenbacher comes to the dish. 10-4. Notre Dame on top of Quincy High. Now, there are run rule thresholds in softball. Tracy Orn, my color partner, will talk to us about those. Line drive on the ground. 1 hops to shortstop. Reller off her glove all the way around to score from second is Kite. And it's 11-4 Notre Dame.
Yes, the run rules once you get to the fifth inning, if QND is fortunate enough to score 5 innings here, 5 runs, and hold that lead through the fifth, then the game will be over.
So it's 10 runs at the fifth inning.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And we're going to have a substitute runner come over to first. Raiders. Is that Hugenberg coming over to run? Or did Kite? Oh, I think Kite just left a piece of batting apparatus. No, that's Kristen. No, we definitely
27.
Have a substitute. That's Heather Griswold over at first. She's in the run for Kristen Gittenbacher. Now, will that be a re-entry situation?
Yes, that's a courtesy runner there for the catcher, trying to save her legs a little bit.
So Gittenbacher, the catcher, is aboard, and then Griswold will run for her. And here's a drive up the middle. That's going to hop off the bag at second. Coming around to score from second will be Earhart. Earhart will score without a play. Out to second goes Griswold, the courtesy runner, and Venverlo, on the first pitch she sees, gets an RBI single up the middle. So the Raiders continue to pound the baseball, or softball in this case, even after a 2-out start to the inning with 2 up and 2 down. All of this damage coming after Obert grounded out to short and Kendra Gittenbacher lined out to short. Kite was walked. 2-out walk came around to score. Earhart had the infield single when Reller had to come in on it, just couldn't get to it in time. And Kristen Gittenbacher had the hard-hit ground ball through the 6-hole. Venverlo hopped it off the bag at second. That brings up Pollock with 2 on and 2 out. 2 runs already home. The 2-0 pitch. She whips this one down the line at third and just foul. That went screaming right past Gaucho, the third baseman, and she had no time to turn and even put her glove down. That ball was hit so hard. Lucky for the Blue Devils, as that was just outside the bag at third.
Now, Pollock was ready for that one. As a pitcher, if you see something pulled that quickly down the line, you're going to think about changing speeds and locations if you can.
The 2-1 coming. LeBray, changeup on the outside corner for a strike. That'll even the count at 2-2, and she did just that.
I'm glad to know I still got it. That's pretty much a no-brainer when you see a screaming line drive. She may well throw it again. We'll see what happens.
The 2-2. Change-up popped up down the line at third. If there's room, Gouchall will have a play on it, but it's going to be just out of play. Bob, wait if you're all right down there. That's near the directorial cocoon down the line in left. 12-4. Notre Dame on top of the fourth. And what was a rather warm spring day has turned into a beautiful night.
It is just gorgeous, and it's a welcome relief after the season we've been through.
Here's a line drive out to left center. This is going to get down and one hop the wall. It gets over the wall. 3-run home run. What a shot that time by Pollock, as I thought she just got on top of it enough to drive it on a one hop to the base of the wall, but it just skipped out of here. And a 3-run home run for Pollock makes it 15-4 Notre Dame here in the top of the fourth. They have now been to the plate and scored all 5 of them.
Hitting is definitely contagious.
Europe, Canada, and
tonight on both QND and QHS teams. She hit that one on a line, and just about 215 feet it looked like on a straight line.
I believe is the wall here 200 all the way around?
Yeah, regulation is 200 for high school and even college. So if you can get a little bit of elevation on the ball, you're going to have an opportunity, especially with the change in bat technology, and also change in the ball technology, and of course they've moved the mound back to 43 feet in the last 2 years, so that makes it a little bit livelier, Sean.
That sounds like all complaints off the pitcher side of the ledger.
Of course it is, but it is a fact. Those have been changes.
I believe it was Cardinal great Bob Gibson who said the only thing they've done for the pitcher in his lifetime was put the rosin bag behind the mound.
That's about it, yeah.
You guys don't even get one in softball.
No, you can bring it out there. You don't see it a whole lot, but I have seen it a few times, mostly at the college level.
15-4, Notre Dame on top. 3-1 count now to the cleanup hitter, Cassidy Ginenbacher. Ginenbacher, the multi-sport star for the Raiders. The wind starting to pick up. It's blowing across us, right to left. And now Ginenbacher is going to launch it into the tree out in left center field. The Stars and Stripes are standing straight out, blowing left field foul pole to right field foul pole. I thought it was going to cut that pop-up down and right into the glove of the center fielder, Todd, but it shot out of here as well. Ginenbacher displaying powerful wrists and a quick bat, and it's back-to-back home runs for Pollock and Ginenbacher.
It looks like we've got a QND fan that went to grab that ball. He might be trying to keep it as a souvenir. We'll see what happens.
Maybe she'll sign it for him.
That could be fun. That could be possible. It could be worth something someday. She's signed with Lindenwood University for basketball, and I'm sure has a great college career ahead of her.
She'll go down and join Tori Kuhn, I believe.
Tori was down there for a year, but actually just recently decided to transfer. She's coming back home to Quincy University, which we're pleased
did not know
about.
that.
Yeah, it's just in the paper announced last night, so we're happy to have the hometown girl back.
She is, her family is in my neighborhood, so here's a little secret. She mows a great lawn.
I was just about to ask if you're excited about that. You got her back.
Oh, man, I am excited. 16-4. Raider family celebrating here. The third consecutive inning the Raiders have batted around. This coming with 2 outs here in the fourth. Tappy, the DH, who is more than capable of making it 3 home runs in a row if LeBray doesn't start picking her spots. The 1-2. This one rolls in there. That'll make it 2-2.
She's trying to change it up a little bit, keep the ball low, which is definitely something you're going to need to do with this wind blowing out.
Ripping now out toward the right field foul pole. Tappy pops it up on the infield. Reller, the shortstop, gives way, and the second baseman, Owsley, makes the catch. And that'll put an end to the Raider rally in the top of the fourth. Obert and Kendra Ginenbacher went down 1-2 to lead it off, but after that, 6 consecutive runners reached. Highlight of the inning, the 3-run home run by Pollock. And they lead it 16-4 as we go to the bottom of the fourth.
Imagine your world without glasses or contacts. Discover what LASIK can do for you. Call IEC for your free LASIK consultation. LASIK. Your vision is our focus. International Eye Care Center.
is for the only one I see. Me is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore. And love was made for me and you.
Doesn't add to one of this country's most.
Bottom of the fourth rolls in. We're at Quincy High School for Quincy Notre Dame, QHS, the Raiders, and the Blue Devils. This has been 2 different seasons for these teams. The Blue Devils have struggled, going 4-12 on the year, while the Raiders have dominated to the tune of 15-4. Blue Devils, of course, will be in, let's see, softball. Did the IHSA change it to 4 classes, or is it still 3?
It's, I'm not sure. I want to say it's still 3 classes. And, of course, QHS
You're my softball insider.
I realize that, but I'm a little rusty. But QHS, though, playing in the Western Big Six, they've got some heavy competition. And Rock Island, QND actually lost to Rock Island Alleman in a doubleheader earlier in the season. So competition is definitely pretty good in the Western Big Six, so we can understand some of those losses on the QHS side.
Havermel, the left-handed slapper for the Blue Devils, leading it off here in the bottom of the fourth. She slaps it just foul, and she's backed up 0-2. Wenzing comes high and away with the fastball, and I'm guessing against the slappers, you really want to kind of throw heat or maybe even something off speed, but keep it above the belt.
You want to. Normally you want to try to bust them inside, see if you can get them to pop it up.
Down to third, juggled, thrown, and in time. That was a great pickup and a good job to settle down by Pollock as she had it spin off of her glove, and then she got it over to first in time to retire the speedy Havermel for the first out in the fourth.
A couple of times it looked like a juggling act there for a while, but she finally got that located and made a nice throw.
I used to be okay at that. Not anymore. Here's a ground ball out to short on the first pitch. Gettenbacher across the diamond. She takes it over to the first baseman, Kite. And it just that quickly, it's 2 up and 2 down as Reller, the leadoff hitter, is retired 6-3. That'll bring in Owsley. Owsley grounded on 1 hop, right back to Wenzing in the second. She hits here with 2 outs and nobody on in the fourth. 16-4, Notre Dame on top. High fastball is too high, and 1-0 now to Owsley.
Owsley's got a great softball pedigree. Both her mother and her aunt played for QHS Softball and also played for QU for a little while, so she's got it in her blood, and you can tell up there when she's in the batter's box that she's ready to hit.
Owsley hitting .273 on the season, 6 RBIs, 7 runs scored. The number 2 hitter and second baseman holds it down on the knob from the right side, and she fouls it straight back.
Come on, Sean, you can't get that?
Not on these
Gotta
knees.
dive.
Not off the second floor deck. Thank you, by the way, to the Blue Devil family and concession stand director who has led us up here onto the second level to give you some commentary on the game tonight at QuincyJournalTV.com. If you're watching online and you have some constructive feedback for us to help us improve the broadcast, we'd appreciate it if you either emailed Bob Goff, our editor at QuincyJournal.com and technical director, or left a comment on the page. We are rolling out this new avenue to bring you local coverage, whether it's news or local sports or just happenings around the area. You're hoping to get increased video coverage available to you here at QuincyJournal.com. At QuincyJournal.com.
Supporting the
I believe it's /TV. Bob is probably cursing me softly under his breath down the line and left. We'll get that officially worked out. I do know you have to be invited right now to watch. I don't think it's public access yet. So
I see.
Everyone who's been invited to come along for this wonderful ride tonight, we thank you.
We had a little pause and play there. We had several foul balls where the little ball girls and ball boys were rushing after it to get it back to the umpire.
That's why they don't let you keep the home run balls.
Yeah, I'm still wondering, that fan out there in left field, what he did with that ball.
16-4 and a full count delivery coming. 2 out, nobody on. Owsley swings and hits a short hopper out to third. Low throw, dug out by the first baseman. And a great job by the infield defense of the Raiders here in the bottom of the fourth. That throw over to first was not easy for Kite. She bailed out her infielders twice that inning, and the low throw from Pollock is able to wrap up this bottom.
Why don't others offer zero-turn riders with steering wheel control and four-wheel steering? Who else puts electronic power steering in lawn and garden tractors? How many others deliver the beautiful Cub Cadet signature cut? Prove to yourself what makes Cub Cadet the smartest choice. Take a test drive at your local dealer. There's no better time to get a Cub Cadet with smart financing options and incredible deals. Visit your local dealer today to see what makes Cub Cadet the smartest choice.
So what is the more in Doors and More?
Sunrooms! Stop the mosquitoes and their winged and crawling friends with your SunSpace 3-season sunroom from Doors & More. The telescoping 4-track window system allows you to convert your existing screen porch into a 3-season room and enjoy the outdoors regardless of the wind, rain, or even the sun. Or Doors & More can install your new sunroom on your existing porch, deck, or from the ground up. Call us for a free no-obligation quote at 22 Doors or come see our beautiful showroom on South 36th Street. Doors & More. What's the more? Windows!
Top of the fifth as the sun sets now on tonight's proceedings. Sean Secrease along with Tracy Orn. If you're wondering if she was the dominating arm formerly known as Tracy Zusband, yes. You win tonight's trivia question at QuincyJournal.com.
What do we have to give away? I've got, what do I've got? I've got a McDonald's Coke right here. They can
you got about a third maybe of that left right there. 16-4 Notre Dame on top. Gabby LeBray, the junior, back into the circle for the Blue Devils. It's a 1-1 count to the leadoff hitter, Obert. Obert, one hopper out to Reller at short. Her throw across is true. And Obert is retired for the second consecutive inning by Reller. That'll bring up Kendra Gittenbacher. Gittenbacher was aboard on an error by Reller in the second and scored. Walked and scored in the third and lined out to Reller in the fourth.
We've actually got a different Gittenbacher that's been substituted. That's Ariel. That's just popped up to Hannah Reller.
She didn't wait for a pitch, did she?
She did not. She was ready to go. She got in the lineup and wanted to get going.
Ariel Gittenbacher. Following her sister's motif of a pop-up to short last inning as well. That brings up Kite, the first baseman. She pops it up foul behind home plate. That'll be into the screen that protects the baseball diamond. And it's 0-1 to Kite. Boy, when Notre Dame walks up, they never show you their back. So you can't, I want to be extra sure that it is who we think it is. And that is, that is a pinch hitter now, Hannah Brecht. So, Brecht.
Hannah's got a great bat. She's got some good
based on
three for the Raiders.
So Brecht in her first at bat is 1-1 now against LeBray. 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the fifth, 16-4 Notre Dame on top. Now the floodlights starting to come on here as they'll lend a little extra light to the finale this evening.
It's always nice to play here with baseball and softball right next to each other.
Line drive out to center field. Taking a false step in was the center fielder. And that's going to cost her the opportunity to make a catch on a line drive as it short hops the wall in center. Todd has to run it down. And as you said, the heavy bat of Brecht here in the fifth.
Hannah's had a couple of home runs this year. That's surprised Coach Orn, actually. So whenever you can show your power there at the plate, you're going to find your way into the lineup.
Yeah, Brecht. Couple of walks to go with a home run and 10 RBIs this season.
Not too bad for a pinch hitter.
That double out to center field was thumped with authority. Earhart, the number 9 hitter. She's been aboard twice and scored in the last 2 innings. Oh, now we have a substitute for her as well. This late substitution is Jordan Meyer.
Lovingly known as JoJo in the QND dugout. She's got a lot of spunk and is always ready to get out there on the field.
High and tight, and that's just off the inside corner. 2-1 now. See if we can run down her numbers. Hitting .500. She's 1 for 2.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
If that's me at the plate.
3-1 now. Meyer, the right-hander. LeRae delivers, and it's slow. And she'll walk down to first. First and second, 2 outs. Brecht is at second with the double off the wall at center, and then Meyer walks. That'll take us around to the top of the order. And Kristen Ginenbacher. She's played enough sports long enough. She knew to turn her back to the home plate umpire.
She's trying to help us out. It's a nod to the broadcasting booth here.
Show the number. I've called her name enough over the years. She knows where I'm at, I think. 16-4, Notre Dame on top. Ginenbacher has reached base and scored in every inning tonight. That's doing your job if you're a leadoff hitter.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the definition of a leadoff hitter. So Coach Orn's got to be pleased with that.
2 on, 2 out. The 1-1 is on the outside corner at the Leonards. 1-2. Ginenbacher doubled in, or rather walked and scored in the second. Had a 2 RBI. Double in the third. Ground ball up the middle. This is going to be an RBI single. 17-4. Notre Dame on top. The throw comes home. Now down to third. And safe in underneath the tag. Moving up late is Meyer. She goes first to third on the RBI single to center. And Kristen Ginenbacher moves up to second. No advantage on the throw. Another RBI for Kristen tonight. She has 3.
That's a smart move on Jordan when the ball's hit. Even though the play's at home, she's looking to see if she can swipe that extra base. And on that base, she took it third. Then Kristen went ahead and nabbed second while she was at it. And it looks like we're going to
have another courtesy
change.
runner. Now, are you required to use the same courtesy runner for the catcher?
You can change it.
They have. It was Griswold last time. No, I think that's her again, number 27. Or is that 17, Katie Ann Obert?
Katie Ann's now in the lineup, so it may be Griswold again.
Okay. She is on at second. Courtesy runner. What are the athletic requirements for a courtesy runner?
You have to be fast and mobile. That's about it.
Okay.
And ready to get a helmet on in about 0.5 seconds.
No changing into your flats. You got to stay in your cleats.
You got to be ready to roll.
The whole game. 17-4, top of the 5th. Runners at second and third, 2 outs in the inning. Well, the damage done with 2 outs has been the story in the 4th and again here in the 5th by the Raiders. Fastball is low and away from LeBray. Obert and Kendra Ginenbacher, then Ariel Ginenbacher this inning were the first 2 outs in the inning. And now here's a pop-up. This one's going to stay on the field of play. The third baseman is underneath it, and she pulls it down. Crouchall makes the running catch right near the fence. Great job to navigate that dangerous piece of territory. And that'll wrap up the top of the 5th. 17-4, Notre Dame on top of Quincy High. The 10-run rule is in play. Wenzing goes back to the circle and will try to close it out. Coming up on QuincyJournal.com.
Imagine your world without glasses or contacts. Discover what LASIK can do for you. Call IEC for your free LASIK consultation. LASIK, your vision is our focus. International Eye Care Center.
L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore. And love was made for me and you.
We go to the bottom of the 5th at QuincyJournal.com. Sean Seacrease, Tracy Orn with you on the call this evening. Bob Goff, our technical director. His number one cameraman abandoned him at the last moment, so he is running both cameras and manning the control board down the line and left tonight.
Man of many talents.
Well, he's going to double bill us is what he's going to do. I'm sure about that. 17-4, Notre Dame on top of Quincy High. The 10-run rule is in play, meaning if the Blue Devils don't score at least 4 in the bottom of the 5th, this game will be over after 5 innings of play. Wenzing came on after the first inning and replaced tonight's starter on the mound for the Raiders. That was Sawyer Whalen. She struggled with control early, and so Coach Orn decided, let's go ahead and make the change.
Yeah, he did. Sawyer's been battling, had some good games, but early on she had a few walks, and Coach Orn decided to make that change, bring Ashley in, and Ashley's had some great success this year. She's got a little bit more control than Sawyer. She's got a drop ball curve, and she's working on that rise to go with a changeup. So as a freshman, you're lucky to have those tools at your disposal.
Leaves that delivery high, and it's a full count to the leadoff hitter. That is Damon. Damon tripled and scored in the 3rd. Here's a foul ball over the first base dugout. That'll keep it at 3-2. The number 3 hitter, she tripled and scored in the 3rd. That was the inning in which 2 runs would be scored for the Blue Devils. They scored 2 in the 1st. And 2 in the 3rd, and that is it. Here's a slow roller out to short, gathered up by Ginenbacher, over to first. It's in time, and the first out of the inning is recorded 6-3. That'll bring up Gaucho.
That was a perfect drop ball on Wenzing's part. That's exactly what you want. Get that ground ball to the shortstop, which is almost guaranteed an out with Cassidy Ginenbacher there.
Well, the Raiders have been blessed recently to have a long line of talent at shortstop and on that left side of the infield.
A lot of them have the last name Ginenbacher in the last few years, but absolutely, even before that, we had Renita Bunty, we had Deanna Venverlo, so a lot of your best athletes are there at shortstop.
Swing and a miss on a ball that bounces outside. Gaucho a little over-anxious, knowing that the Blue Devils need runners here in the bottom of the 5th. It's 0-2 now to the cleanup hitter and third baseman. And a swing and a miss on a fastball low and in. And a great location that time picked out by Wednesday.
That was great. Looked like her curveball there, so that was a nice call. She's been searching all season to try to find that out pitch on 0-2 counts, and she had a nice one there.
That'll bring up Schlegel. Schlegel, she started this game. Line drive over the head of the shortstop. That 2 hops to the left fielder, and it'll be a 2-out single out to left for Schlegel. It's got to feel good for her to get some hits and contribute after she struggled in the circle to start the game tonight for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, when you're not doing as well as you should be on the mound, or you want to do anyway, when you get that hit, you feel like you're contributing in some way.
No chance for Venverlo out and left. That was just a line shot over the head of the shortstop, Ginenbacher. Venverlo did a great job to cut it off before giving up extra bases. That brings in Mitchell. Erica Mitchell. She had the sac fly out to right. And a line drive is just foul past the bag at third.
That was screaming down toward Coach Hoke there. You'd hope that Wenzing might change speeds here or go with that curveball again.
How are Coach's hands?
He likes to think that they're pretty good, but I got to tell you, though, as a former coach, I don't want any part of that stuff coming down either foul line. I'm going to let it go.
Here's a line drive, and this one is just foul again past third. It looks like Mitchell has really taken aim at the third base bag, and she's moving it over just a little bit at a time, trying to split the chalk on the line.
Yeah, Wenzing did go with a changeup on that, so here we are again, 0-2, 2 outs. Let's see what she goes with and see if she can get something out of the zone that the batter will chase.
Schlegel on at first, Mitchell at the dish. 2 out, 1 on. The 0-2 is fouled off on a fastball up, maybe a rise ball, as they went to the top of the zone that time.
Yeah, she may have gone with that, a waste pitch. She's been trying to work on that rise ball. You got to make sure you get it out of the zone, though, or it might go over the fence.
17-4, Notre Dame on top, bottom of the 5th, trying to close out the 10-run rule game. Popped up in foul territory. Kite is under it in fair territory, and that's the end of the ball game. Mitchell pops out of the first base of Kite, and we are through at Quincy High. Our final here tonight, 17-4, Notre Dame over Quincy High. With the victory, the Raiders improved to 16-4 on the season, and the loss drops Quincy High to 4-13 on the year. We'd like to thank Coach Polk for giving us his roster and invitation to come cover this game tonight, and to Coach Orn for providing not only his statistics and his knowledge about his team, but also sharing Tracy with us on the broadcast tonight during the game. For Bob Goff, our producer this evening, Tracy, thanks for joining us. We appreciate your time.
You're very welcome. I was happy to do it.
We hope to have her and her insights back with us if we can arrange more softball coverage this spring here at QuincyJournal.com. I'm Sean Seacrease. Thank you for joining us online. Again, we are looking forward to bringing more video coverage of live events throughout the tri-state area to you at QuincyJournal.com. Whether it's politics, breaking news, or local sports, look for more video coverage online at QuincyJournal.com. Our final here tonight, 17-4, a dominating performance by Notre Dame. Wenzing gets the win in the game, and the Raiders now with 16 wins on the season. Thanks for joining us online, and good night from Quincy High.
Zero-turn riders with steering wheel control and four-wheel steering? Who else puts electronic power steering in lawn and garden tractors? How many others deliver the beautiful Cub Cadet signature cut? Prove to yourself what makes Cub Cadet the smartest choice. Take a test drive at your local dealer. There's no better time to get a Cub Cadet with smart financing options and incredible deals. Visit your local dealer today to see what makes Cub Cadet the smartest choice.
So what is the more in Doors and More?
Sunrooms! Stop the mosquitoes and their winged and crawling friends with your SunSpace 3-season sunroom from Doors & More. The telescoping 4-track window system allows you to convert your existing screen porch into a 3-season room and enjoy the outdoors regardless of the wind, rain, or even the sun. Or Doors & More can install your new sunroom on your existing porch, deck, or from the ground up. Call us for a free no-obligation quote at 22 Doors or come see our beautiful showroom on South 36th Street. Doors & More. What's the more? Windows!
Imagine your world without glasses or contacts. Discover what LASIK can do for you. Call IEC for your free LASIK consultation. LASIK, your vision is our focus. International Eye Care Center.
L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore.